Okay. I'm gonna really carefully pull out my phone and check for another one. That worked out pretty well. The Republic of Mannequin. Anyway. This is not working out very well. Right now. Okay, there we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm just melting through them at the moment, just kind of ignoring their shields. I kind of want to put up a thing. It's all in the balance right now. Gotta be very careful here. Alright, so... Okay, so... The princess doesn't want to be rescued by the knight. She's in love with the dragon. And she has made this absolutely clear to any knight that comes save her. Okay. I don't know where to go with this. It's a pretty self-contained story. Okay, so... alright. So let's start with the knight's perspective. So, all his life, he's been told stories of, like, valiant knights saving people, and those are the stories he grew up on. So he decided, like, you know what, I'm gonna get, like, into the, into the kingdom's military and rise the ranks and be a hero to somebody. And one day he gets knighted, and it becomes the happiest day of his life, which he celebrates with, drinking and debauchery, naturally. As they did in those times. I don't fucking know. It's Skyrim times. Who cares? Yeah, so he celebrates with drinking and debauchery. And he knights for a while. I don't know. He goes around being a knight for a bit. And, protecting his town and just basically robbing, small farmers and shit, whatever knights did. Yeah, so one day, the king approaches him and he's like, you know what, not because you're necessarily my best knight, but because I can't trust anyone else, I am going to trust you on this amazing quest, to settle on 2 stars. No artillery. What's the max here? Level 2? So, theoretically I can do it. Nothing's stopping me. And then what do I even get when I get the 2 stars here? I can get increased wizard's attack damage. That's probably what I'm gonna get. Increase the marksman attack. Yeah, actually, that's probably better. That's been the problem, I think. Can I change it to easy and still get the star? Fuck it. I know I can't unlock the other things if I do it on easy, but I can probably get the star on easy. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, okay, so the valiant knight, he's approached, or rather, he was summoned by the king, and he's confused at first, and the king says, my daughter has been kidnapped for the last 15 years, and I've just now realized. So he's like, you being my best knight by process of elimination, not necessarily because you're great or anything, you're just, better than the others. You have the job of going out and saving her. And he's like, of course, how far is it? And he's like, really far. And then the knight responds, you don't actually know, do you? And the king says, get out. So, off on the quest he goes in west-east-southward to go find the princess. On his valiant steed, nothing, because he didn't have a horse. And he just found horses uncomfortable, because the 14th century sucked. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, okay, so he set off in direction, in search of the princess. He didn't exactly know who or what she was, looked like, or what he was looking for, so yeah, he he one day finds a witch cackling to herself in the distance, in the forest, like in the underbrush, and she's like, if you need an example of cackling, and she was doing that, if you will, cackling. Have I driven that point home? She was cackling. So while she was cackling, the knight snuck up behind her and put his hand on his sword dramatically, as if he was about to stab her, as if this wasn't PG-13. It's PG-13 now. Yeah, the witch is cackling, and then he sort of looks over and tries to see what she's cackling about, and she's just sort of hunched over a stump and not really cackling about anything. She's sort of cackling weirdly, and he's more confused than ever, really. Doesn't exactly know why she's laughing or cackling, so he says, excuse me, I am the valiant knight I'm the valiant knight of I was named after my father, the Third. I'm the Fourth, the great the Fourth, Sir the Fourth. The Fourth? Yeah, the Fourth. I'm Sir the Fourth, the Fifth. I'm Sir the Fourth, the Fifth of, I was wondering what you were doing and what you were cackling about. And she's like, you're out of your jurisdiction. I don't have to tell you anything, stupid pig. And and he's like, all right, fair enough, and then left. So that was unrelated, by the way. So he continued on his way, and not far from there, he found a massive tower. And he remembered the story of Rapunzel, and he's like, there's no fucking way, right? Like, there's no way that there's actually a really attractive woman in there with really long hair. Like, that's not a thing, is it? And he's like, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair, he sort of says shyly, because he doesn't think it's actually going to work. And sure enough, nothing happens. So he walks up to the tower, realizes there's a door, and stares. So he walks up to the tower, to the door and shit. And walks up the tower, and at the top of the tower he realizes that that's just a single spire, and there's actually a whole castle, and why would there just be one tower? So yeah, he realizes that there's plenty more castles, so he moves toward the castle. But he also notices that the castle seems to be like big and rounded, so there's probably like a courtyard in the middle, and if the princess had to be anywhere to spend her spare time, it would probably be the courtyard, assuming she lived here, for some reason. So he made his way down the winding hallways and the impressive architecture of very sexually suggestive dragons that were really, like, well drawn, like something you'd find on like a good page on DeviantArt. Like, I don't know, it's really, like, it obviously took at least 3 days. And like, how do you stay in that kind of mood for 3 days? Anyway, just as he thinks. And then he stumbles upon a glass window that leads not into a courtyard, but a massive lava moat with the dragon sitting there on a pile of gold and jewels and riches. So the valiant knight moves over to the door and draws his sword and is prepared to fight when he hears a voice from behind him going, "What the fuck are you doing?" So he looks fairly confused, and he's like, "I was gonna kill the dragon." And she's like, "What? What are you talking about? You're gonna kill the dragon? Don't kill the dragon." And he's like, "Oh, I kind of figured." Okay. So then he just kind of sheaths his sword, and he's like, "All right, so who are you?" And she's like, "I'm the princess you've been looking for." And he's like, "How did you know that?" And she's like, "Plot convenience." So, so she, he asks, so, like, if you knew all this time, why didn't you go back? And she's like, "I have Stockholm Syndrome for the dragon." And the knight's like, "Oh, alright, do you want to come home anyway?" And she's like, "No, I'm good here." And the knight's like, "Yeah, but your dad told me to come get you. Like, I can't, like, disobey him." And she's like, I'll give you a note, give you a hall pass, so you're good." And sure enough, she writes a note and signs it, with, you know, Princess Florville of, All the pauses, by the way. All the pauses. There's a lot of spaces in those names. It's very interesting culture, that one. So yeah. So anyway, he returns with the note, and the king's like, okay, well, I told you to do, like, one thing. You even found her. Like, why didn't you just, like, grab her and bring her back? Like, I would have been fine with that. And, you tell him, like, oh, well, there was, like, you know, there's a dragon. She's in love with the dragon. And, he's like, oh, okay, well, that's weird. I'm not getting anywhere near that. And that's the story. Long-winded. Obviously, that's the whole fucking point. Okay, hold on, let me just... No artillery? So I just do the same thing I just did. Do I not? Okay. I'm reading a new one, by the way. I'm not just going silent. Okay. You've been living happily with your spouse for the past 6 years. A little less than 3 months ago, she started acting a bit strangely. So you both agree to go to couples therapy, and at first you meet the counselor, and you all... first you meet the counselor separately. You sit down, she looks you in the eyes and says, run. And then she morphs into a giant spider demon and eats you. That's... Anyway. The Great Flash expansion... What? The Great Flash expanded and became a mushroom, stretching skyward, encompassing all. The roar became more than a sound, more than thought. Oh, it means a mushroom cloud. I thought it was just a really dramatic mushroom. Fuck it, this is my story. I can make it a really dramatic mushroom. I could feel my retinas burn, even behind my closed eyes. This was not immortality I had wished for. Damn. I had wished for immortality upon a small mushroom, but it turns out the mushroom was radioactive. And when it exploded, it made everyone within an 8-mile radius into Mushroom Man. That's probably the dumbest thing I've ever said. Whew, that was good. Okay. I kind of put down my phone because I expected that to take longer. Let's make it take longer. So, if you've ever seen Iron Man 3, there's like the Iron Legion is what Tony calls this like whole like massive group of Iron Man suits that he brings and attacks shit with. So they become the Mushroom Legion, and all the Iron Men or the Mushroom Men, I meant. They decided to become the Mushroom Legion. So how they went about this was actually fairly interesting. One lone Mushroom Man, stood up and said, "I declare myself Mushroom Man, and I declare the Mushroom Legion." And they're like, "Yes, we'll all follow that guy." And then he tripped and fell into a massive like pile of mushroom men, and we don't know exactly which one that was. So there's just like we're a big Mushroom Legion with no real leader, so we don't exactly know where we're going. It's not even a democracy. We just kind of move. Gotta move in mass. It's not a hive mind, mind you. It's we're all individuals, all individual mushroom men, but we're all individual mushroom man. But it's it's a pretty good life, Mushroom Man, really. This is a documentary now, apparently. I mean, I guarantee you won't go hungry. There's a lot of mushrooms to eat. You can eat other mushroom men. We've got a lot to spare. We tend not to notice if they go missing. Or at least, so far, no one's noticed that I've been eating other mushroom men. For sustenance. It's hard to find food. We all move as like a big group, like down highways and shit. Like, how do you get food when you're like in the top right corner of the group? I pity the fools at the back, although they could probably just... I don't know. It's like agriculture on car. I feel like I'm missing something with the Mushroom Man thing. Like, I don't know if there's like a lifestyle they're following. Maybe you don't even have to eat and you just get really hungry and you kind of suffer through it. I don't know. Haven't worked up the courage to ask them because, you know, then they'd, you know, whatever. It's been so long that they know that I've been doing something weird so far, so I'm just not going to ask them. Anyway. That became weird. Yeah, half my brain just went, yeah, you fucking think? It became weird when I said everyone in an 8-mile radius became Mushroom Man. Anyway. Okay. Yay, we did it! Now we can get the Archer thing and hopefully actually progress with the game. Oh, okay. I hope that the writing prompts were entertaining enough. Let's find a new one. I think I do have to be in normal mode, don't I? I just have to complete it with 3 stars. Oh, you need to complete it on normal mode to get the achievement. I'm gonna go with easy then. Most alien species can overpower humans in direct combat, but they have never developed the concept of long-distance weapons. Okay, so it's a galactic tournament, and you got the final armed. Oh, you got to the finale armed with only a sling. That's cool. I don't want to do it though. Households with free-roaming cats or dogs seem immune to these strange events. Yes. Okay, so it starts raining cats and dogs. But it's because God feels bad for people that don't have cats and dogs. So it doesn't rain on the houses of the people that already have cats and dogs. I mean, if you only have a cat, then it rains dogs, respectively. And, you know, if you only have a dog, it rains cats. However, weirdly, if you have a turtle, it will only rain mice. No one knows. No one knows why. Once any of those mice actually get into your house, it stops raining mice. Same does not go for turtles. Like, if you have a mouse, then it still rains cats and dogs on you. There's been one rumor that if you own specifically, like, 3 cobras, it'll start raining goats. We don't know, though. Like, that... no one's actually captured any recordings of that. And honestly, if you haven't recorded it, like, it probably didn't happen anyway. So, I bet it's just people asking for attention. Why do I always make this depressingly real? I don't know. This is fun. You're an official hero parent. You raise specifically chosen heroic babies. Oh my god, this sounds like a dream job. Not for me, just a dream job. Until they are old enough for their tragic backstory to begin. And then you fake your own death and move on to the next child. One day, you're caught up in a disaster and rescued by one of your long-lost children. Hi, Spider-Man. Hi, Andrew Garfield. Anyway, that dates it bad. Andrew Garfield is not the current Spider-Man, and making fun of the fact that there's going to be a 4th Spider-Man reboot. Which I know is probably going to be even more dated, because, like, 4th? Try surviving 65. Oh god, my life's a lie. Oh, I'm stupid? I'm stupid. I did it bad. That's a bad thing. You're the leader of a gang, space pirates. Oh, space pirates. I'm gonna let the concept... I mean, I have to do this first. I have to focus on not dying for a second here. Yeah, they also take a second to build. I forgot about that. It's frustrating that it takes a second to build. I just kind of get used to the feel of this stuff. I keep forgetting that I have to explain all this stuff because some people are new to it. I am an idiot. It's on easy mode and I fucked this up. Just kill these guys. Just kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them. Ugh! You're the leader of a gang of space pirates. Things haven't been going so well, so you aim to reband your organization and attempt to trick people into falling prey to your gang. Promote yourself and your community to the public. Okay, so I have to... So if I'm space pirates... That's not a sentence I expected to say today. If I am space pirates, I don't... And I want to promote myself. I obviously don't want to promote myself as pirates. Unless I was trying to get Pirate of the Year award. That movie is really good. Not as good as people keep saying it is, but it's good. So, I almost said scientists. I wouldn't want to do that either. That's also taken from the same movie. I would want to present myself as a Jehovah's Witness. I make my actions part of a religion, and then you legally cannot get mad at me. Well, I mean, you can legally get mad at me, but we will shun you if you get mad at us. It'll be part of a religion, not an ideology, mind you, a religion. Specifying, because, like, ideologies can be, like, you know, hated on in mass, like PETA, for example. That's an ideology, but, like, no one's gonna hate on, like, Judaism in mass. That's a really bad example. That's a really bad example. Oh god, I did not mean it like that. Oh shit. I meant, like, you get it. Like, you know, you can't just, like, hate on a religion all of a sudden without being considered Hitler. That's a better example, despite being exactly the same example. Anyway, you're considered a bad person if you hate on an entire religion. So, we start our own religion. And we have a church. A church? Yeah. It's just like a church, but for birds. We have a bird religion. And it's all about bird keeping. And we like, train our birds really well, too. Like, we have... Naturally, because we're space pirates, we have, like, exotic birds, like parrots. You know, space parrots. Because we're space pirates. So... we have, like, exotic birds that we raise, and they're, like, our... We say they're, like, religious figures to us. Sort of how, like, Hinduism has cows. I'm going somewhere with this, don't worry. And then as we, like, build up our religion, you only get to, like, be part of the, like, the pirate group if you're, like, super high ranking in the religion. So you gotta be, like, a bishop in our religion. And then once you get there, we reveal the secrets. And then if you say anything about it, we will do the Mormon thing and say you're completely wrong and stupid and evil. Which is... and also make you cut ties with your family beforehand, so even if you did want to say anything, you couldn't. Again, that's the Mormon thing. Yeah, Mormons are really fucked up, by the way. But anyway, that's the plan for the Space Pirates religion. Now, in the event that we get, like, exposed or this backfires, we turn the religion into a suicide cult. And we all go out at once, with the exception of me, in which I go into hiding and then reboot the whole process. Anyway. Yeah. I, like, make sure that everyone else is suicided. Like, we'll get some punch and stuff, and we'll do the Kool-Aid thing. Except mine won't be poisoned, and, like, I'll just act like I'm dying, and then wait for everyone to die first. And then me and, like, the one other guy will, like, make eye contact, and I'm like, hey, go into hiding with me, we're gonna do this all again. He's gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I did specifically this so I could not do what you just said out loud. Did I just have a disagreement with myself? Awesome. I've been recording for at least 2 hours, maybe even 2.5. I always guessed like half an hour or an hour over, so I've probably just been recording for an hour. 2 hours. I've been recording for 2 hours. I know I've started at 7. Or around 7. It's 9 o'clock. In a world where seemingly everyone has a power, you seemingly have none. Oh, this is just a book I read. This is until an encounter caused you to kill someone. You absorb their soul and their power, for this is your power. The power to take everything of someone else and make it your own. And it's an addicting one. Ooh. So you're Mega Man. You got a Mega Man power. Well, you got Copy Man's power, if you want to be specific. I would say, what do I want to do with that? If it's addicting, I want to do it more. I would have wanted to do it more anyway. Anyway, is what I tried to say. I tried to say anyway, which is bad. I didn't try to say it bad, but I did say it bad. So whatever. Okay, so I wouldn't... You hear me out? So, here's the thing. I would not kill... So the thing is, I wouldn't want to kill anyone too influential. Like, you know, in that universe, if there was, like, Superman, who had, like, a bunch of different powers, like flight, laser vision, all that stuff, I wouldn't want to take his power, because people would notice. And I want to keep this kind of down low. I would... Yeah, I would keep it a bit down low, you know, as one would. But I would how I would do that is I would specifically target people that are not well known and on like the younger side. Not children though. Not children, because children are constantly like under surveillance. So I wouldn't like go for them. What I would do is I'd go for like a 20s, 30 something adult, or even like go to a retirement home. No one would notice if they just died. Well, they would, but you know, the thing is of natural causes, not power absorption. So I would like either go to a nursing home or find someone that like, you know, no one knows really, and then just absorb them, and then it's just a mysterious disappearance. And I would have to make sure to like, because the thing is with like murderers and stuff, they always have like a pattern that they repeat, and that's how people end up finding them. I would like write down how I would kill each person, and then change like every aspect of it, so it seems like a completely different murder. For the exception of they die mysteriously and I have more powers. But I would also keep those powers under wraps, because if I'm at like my age, people would kind of notice that I don't have powers. Or just say like, oh, I have this power. But I wouldn't say it anywhere near the time when that person went missing. Yeah. This is probably not good. I kind of want to get the death ray. I don't know. But anyway, that's probably what I would do. If I had to keep doing it because it's addicting, yeah, I'd probably do it. So in what situation am I accidentally killing someone? Oh, I suppose that's probably part of the writing prompt. That would be what that is, huh? Anyway. Yeah, I mean, with all the others, like, I started pretty far beforehand. With one of them, I just retconned the actual prompt. Not even retconned, I just interpreted it differently. It's not bad. It's not wrong of me. Why am I trying to defend myself here? That's just objectively not wrong. Dragons are in the Arctic ice. That's kind of cool. That's a writing prompt. I didn't just learn that. Anyway, you've created the universal key. You can now unlock any door, start any engine. Nowhere is beyond you. That's just. I have a sonic screwdriver probe, if you will. Okay, so what do I do if I have a sonic probe? Oh, I could do so many things. Well, first of all, I would throw my keys away. Like, that would just be the best thing. I would just have it on me at all times. Well, I don't know. I'd probably keep my keys in a key drawer or whatever in case somehow it breaks. But yeah, alright. So I have... So I just use my sonic screwdriver for everything. I could steal a car if I want. I won't. But I could if I really wanted to. I would just, like, use it anytime. Like, you know that situation when, like, you know, you're trying to get to, like, I don't know how many people are actually going to acknowledge this, but, you know, like, my high school has a couple classes, like, outside in separate buildings. So, like, sometimes during certain situations when you have to, like, go to the restroom, you have to leave those buildings and then go into the main building. But sometimes the doors to the main building are locked because it's America and school shootings happen almost twice a day now. I hope that's dating the episode, actually. I made this sad. Okay, the point is, I would, like, use the sonic screwdriver for that kind of a situation. I mean, if it's a sonic screwdriver, yeah, I could use it to, like, start stuff as well. Like, I could just, I don't know, start the computer with it. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't, like, commit crimes with it because I'd still be caught. Because it's like having an amazing lock-picking skill. It's not complete magic. There's no such thing as complete magic. Ignore everything that I'm doing right now. I'm actually doing well. Holy shit. Oh, no, you just said Avada Kedavra. There, that's not even... I wasn't even trying to hide it there. Didn't even give, like, a different thing that time. Alright, there we go. Okay. Fucking finally. No mercy indeed. And then I need to get the Holy Strike. That's the other thing I should get. And I should probably get this. Yeah, I'm getting it. Anyway, what else? What was supposed to... Okay. I even forgot what I was talking about. If I even wanted to continue. Oh yeah, sonic screwdriver. No, I didn't really want to continue. You're falling faster and faster, and the ringing gets louder. Hold on. Oh, cool. Hold on. Yeah, I'm kind of focusing on this. We're in the late game. We're in the end game now. I don't want to do too many writing prompts, especially because we've been stuck on the same level for like 20 minutes. Just 20 minutes. Unedited. You can check. Okay. Zap. Zap indeed. Yeah, I could upgrade that and reload 18 seconds. Yeah, but it's just gargoyles. I almost said Gamora. Why did I almost say Gamora? I was thinking about Avengers. I was thinking about Ragnarok, but whatever. I was thinking about the MCU. That's the reason. No other reason. Anyway, I don't know. Zap. Stop it. Stop targeting these guys. They're fine. Stop targeting these guys. Hit the gargoyles. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Uh-oh. Can we just mow them down, please? I'm gonna set up one of these. Just because we haven't done that yet. This is the final wave. I'm sending it now. Really shouldn't have done that, huh? They can hit flying. These guys can hit flying enemies, by the way. Obviously, this doesn't affect the flying enemies, but I just need to get rid of them. It's probably a really bad decision. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in the slightest. Because I'm gonna get Holy Strike, and it's going to completely demolish anything that gets clogged over here. Not to mention these towers are already demolishing anything that gets clogged over here. And I got a bomb tower. Everything is going to be fine. Especially now that I'm playing on easy mode. Everything's going to be fine. What if I run out of space? Everything's not going to be fine. I can record for 8 hours. Do I have 8 hours of space? Alright, probably after this round I'm just going to just pause real quick as I unload all of the recording into the computer and then re-put the USB in there. Because I can record for as long as the USB can hold battery. I didn't just say that. You heard memory. You misheard battery though. I said memory. And it's two-way communication, no? I don't fucking know. Let there be light. Let there be light. Yes, fucking finally! 3 stars. Oh my god. Okay. Pausing for a sec before I even buy the next upgrade.